We started off talking about this on Friday, the weigh-in. Well, that set the tone in many ways for what was only going to get worse in many ways. This is the night, though. Surely the fighting's going to start soon. The proper fighting, that is. Frank in the middle there, breaking them up.
Vitali!
And you expect it to calm down a little bit at the end, especially after 12 torrid rounds. It didn't, no. Still baiting. Big Vlad comes in. Frank Warren on the edges. Vlad getting in Derek's face there.
Even you too, Sunshine. Yes, Sunshine.
Even you, Sunshine, he says to Vlad. We'll do it in England, someone shouts out. That was at the fight. And then this is at the post-fight press conference. That's David Haye, by the way.
Why are you not fighting now?
Excuse me, you have to box up first against the person over there who showed hard, who showed the toe.
Hey David, how's your toe? How's your toe? How's your toe? How's your toe? How's your toe?
3 times in a row.
David, you want to tell me that in my face? You want to tell me my face?
You lost to
You want to tell me my face?
Tyson threw you
Alright, tell me my face.
David, round, David! Let go, properly, excuse me, stand behind me.
You tell me my face?
Huh? You want to fight me?
You lost the toe. You lost me.
Stop it! What's the British challenge? Put down, David. No.
He glassed me. He glassed me.
You're right, but
Huh? It's good with a glass, isn't it, David?
Now, we had to show that, I believe, from the start to the finish. We couldn't just say there was an altercation. We couldn't just show some of the terrible grainy stuff that appeared online. We got that from the German broadcasters. That's theirs. That's RTL's official coverage of what happened at the post-fight press conference. So any cuts or additions, nothing to do with us here at Box Nation. We haven't cut that to make it look sexier. We haven't cut that to make it look more dramatic and nastier. That's what we have. That's the official tape from RTL. Now, to go over the weekend's events, from the slap to the spit to what was a fabulous 12-round fight, and then what happened afterwards. I'm joined here in my fabulous little studio by a veteran Sun columnist, a columnist now, but journalist for many years, Colin Hart, and Haye Chisora's promoter. I'm going to start with you, Frank, if I can. Now, there was a long build-up to this fight, 2 or 3 months, okay, and it was friendly, a lot of banter, and suddenly, on the Friday, it seemed to go, well, it seemed to start to go wrong with the slap. Did you have any idea that it would go wrong then, and that it possibly might get worse?
Well, first of all, I wasn't there at the weigh-in, unfortunately, and I think had I been there, that may not have happened. And if you watch it again, if you watch what happens, you see the two of them. Normally a weigh-in afterwards, the press want to get the two guys in a photo head to head.
The face-off picture.
Face-off, we call it. Then they turn to look at each other.
Yeah.
And normally, if it's my promotion, I'll be standing there. But you look what gets these guys just get straight in and put their heads on each other, and there's a bit of, budding, and there's no one there who's pushing them apart. So nothing's happening, and then for some crazy minute Derek does something stupid and slaps him. But where was any security? Where was somebody from the promotion being in the middle of these guys? And I'm not trying to say that should be an excuse for it to not have happened, but where was somebody to actually stop it and take control of it?
And Colin, what were your thoughts when you first saw that? I mean, you've been at enough weigh-ins where shenanigans, sometimes worse than that, have happened. What were your first thoughts when you actually got a viewing of that slap?
I thought, what has got into his head? What a stupid thing to do. For starters, you're antagonising the world heavyweight champion on his home patch, and you're going to make him even more angry and even more determined to knock you out. That was my immediate thought.
Okay.
Obviously, what the hell has he done that for? It's dreadful. It shouldn't happen.
And both aware that at that point he's probably going to get some type of fine or reprimand or knuckles wrap. So now we move to the fight itself, Frank, and you're in the ring here. You're very much involved in this next sequence of events. It's the coming into the ring. Now, I know we're going to talk about that first. I know you want to backtrack slightly, but let's deal with what we've got the tape of. They come into the ring, and they're sort of on each other again, and you have to separate them. I don't think we've got footage of it. That's my trance live voice. No, so they get up in the ring and suddenly you're in between them again.
I'm in between. Well, that happens again with fighters. You see, you know, somebody always tries to go over the corner to. I suppose it's just part of the fight game. You get guys walking, they try to get in the face of each other. I've seen it many times. That's nothing unusual. And what you're trying to do at your fight is like, you know, come back to your corner and wait till the referee calls you. That is, for me, is nothing unusual.
But then we have that. Then we have the gob.
First of all, he's not fighting Vladimir.
Yeah.
He's, you know, we're talking about him getting in, you know,
with Vitali.
Vladimir stands there, he gets in his face, but there are a lot of stuff that is unforgivable. What he did, spitting him is wrong. You can't condone it. It's 100% not acceptable. But there was a lot of stuff prior to that that I think led to the situation between him and
Vladimir. And these are the two cancelled fights, or what went on downstairs in the corridor? I think we've got footage of the corridor stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, before you go to that, what you've got to go back. You go back sort of 12, 14 months ago. He was due to fight, as you know, he was due to fight Vladimir. He pulled out on the eve of the fight after Derek trained for quite a while. He was quite rightly upset. It was then rescheduled, and then they pulled out again. And then in stepped David Haye, who made a lot of money from the fight, as did Klitschko, and he was left out in the cold and didn't receive a penny compensation, not even an offer of a fight on the undercard.
For neither fight, not a penny?
No, not a penny in compensation or anything. And the bottom line of all of it was that, you know, he was upset. I was upset. I thought that was wrong. It was, you know, you talk about treating people, professionals, and treating guys. They're fighters as well. They're, as well as promoters, they're fighters. They didn't treat Derek correctly for that. Then the fight comes on again. And as you know, whenever these guys fight, if either Vitali or Vladimir fight, one of the brothers is always in the corner.
Yeah, that's what they do.
So then we go back now to the dressing room. They're taping hands. Dean Powell is taping Derek's hand, as he's always done for all of his fights, and as he's putting on some plasters on his hands. And prior to that, it was agreed that both fighters were due their own bandaging and tape at the rules meeting. So there's no problem with that.
Which Vladimir didn't attend.
But that's allowed. If both parties agree to it, no problem. Everybody's cool with that. So he's taping his hands, and and Vladimir comes in being the representative from the other side to watch it happening, whilst Tunde was in Klitschko's corner watching him being taped. So then he starts performing. We take the tapes off. Well, first of all, it's a bit intimidating to have Vladimir in there anyway. There's no great history between him and Derek. He's standing there. He's giving him the evil eye, all the stuff that goes with it. And that's the subtle way that they get under your skin.
Sure.
And Derek's a bit of a volatile character, and he said, get him out. But eventually we sit there. So he said, no, we want the bandage cut off. In comes the guy from the German Commission, take the bandage off. You know, you're not allowed to do it this way. We go through all the rigmarole. I asked for Charlie Giles, who's the
border control inspector, who's there, looking after
looking after the British fighters' interests. And I also asked for him to find a WBC supervisor, because at the end of the day, it's their title that they're fighting for. It's not for the British title. It's not for the German title. And it was agreed in the rules meaning what would happen. So we're in there. In comes the guy. And there's all these arguments going around Derek. Derek just says, I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting. And what was left of the bench tears him off goodbye. So I'm trying to calm him down, and I said to the guys, this is not going to happen, this fight. I said, by the way, I want you all out of the dressing room and we'll talk outside. Charlie Giles was there. Dean said, Charlie, this is how I always wrap his hands. Like Frank, I've been coming to Germany for years. We've never had a problem with this. So Charlie sort of looked at it. Well, he said, this is what we do. I don't think Charlie Giles even understood the wrapping of hands, to be quite honest. And suddenly he disappeared. He was gone. We couldn't find him.
But just vanished.
Disappeared, gone. And then I had to deal with it. And I don't know if you've got it. You might.
We shown that clip of you talking to Vladimir in a corridor.
I go, so Vladimir, I explain what the position is. I said, I'm not going to argue you about it. This is up to the WBC. It's their title to decide. Rules meeting took place. The German guy was saying, no, it's got to be done. This, the German commissioner. And in the end, the WBC guy came in. I said, look, this is your title. This is what happened at the rules meeting. As long as they don't tape over the knuckles, that's where we are. Past the knuckles, that's where we are. Is that what we agreed? He said, yes. They started complaining. I said, well, it's very simple. We either follow what this guy says or there is not going to be a fight. And I'm telling you, that's how it is. So we go back in the dressing room. This took about 20 minutes or so. It caused a big delay. Derek's uptight.
Of course he is.
Very uptight. And it's not right what's going on. At this stage, this is not right. I know, we all talk about all the tricks and things behind the scenes. This is their way of getting to Derek. They get into Derek the other way. Derek's too blatant how he does and does stupid things. These guys do it in a more way. So in comes Vladimir, starts staring. I said, you stand there, let the other guy look at him, wrap the hands, and Dean wraps the hands, and that was out. I said, by the way, there's going to be a late ring walk because I'm not having him coming out rushed. He'll warm up properly. It's an important night, so we're not moving till he feels he's right. So that was it. So then we go to the ring.
Let me stop you there before we get into the ring.